imagine you'd be disappointed, to say the least, Damien.
Disappointed is probably too nice a word, to be perfectly honest. We set ourselves to come here and play in front, last game in front of our family, friends and fans, and we walk away incredibly disappointed. That was a really, really poor performance and probably our worst performance of the year. Like, it even started, I thought, even when the game was close, I thought we looked not to the level that we've been capable of playing. So it was really disappointing, especially to finish off that way at home. So.
Where did it break down in your eyes?
Oh, the clearance. It was that way early, and we gave up 11 goals or 12 goals from clearance, which is just an extraordinary amount. First possession we were +5 or 6 and went down clearance -9, so couldn't quite win it at the coalface. And then we couldn't win the ball back. Had numerous opportunities to nullify contest or win the ball back off their clearance wins, but just couldn't get it done. It's normally been a strength of ours this year, but to give up, like I said, I can't remember exactly what it was, 10, 11 or 12 goals from stoppage is just ridiculous. Really, really poor.
I think they also highlighted on the commentary there's about 5 or 6 goals from turnover ball as well. There seemed to be a lot of kicks not necessarily hitting targets. Yeah,
I thought we missed targets all day, with hands and feet, and we're just off. That's a frustrating thing. Like, there's ample opportunity. Sometimes we had +2 forward of the ball and couldn't get it there. Just made a fundamental error or a bad decision-making error. And as I said, it was one of the more disappointing performances of the year, which, from our point of view, to do it at home in front of our fans and families was flattening.
Does it teach you something? I mean, there has been something that I guess has been levelled at the Suns historically, is that they don't tend to finish out seasons well. Did you feel like you may have learned some things today?
Oh, you learn some things along the way. Like I think I said last week, success isn't linear. There's ups and downs and there's peaks and troughs, and you just got to work your way through them. And we've learned a lot about ourselves as a footy club. I've learned a lot about our list this year, but more importantly, I've learned about what we need to do and where we need to go. So there's some things that we've got here that we certainly need to improve, from coaching, from development, from performance. But that's where we're at. The fact of the matter is I'm not going to walk into a side that's a top 4 thing straight away. So we've just got some work to do with regard to that. So we need to get some things in place. We need to get better in certain situations. We understand that. And credit where credit's due, Melbourne and their leaders stood up and played really, really well. They challenged us and we couldn't respond. That's it in a nutshell.
The winning record was like a driving force for you, certainly the past couple of weeks. Well, what now? I guess you've got one match to go. And
yeah, well, we've never won 11 games, have we? But we've got to play a hell of a lot better than we did today. And we sort of put it in our playing group in a way. How do you want to finish the season? The narrative, as you spoke about before, has always been the same. So what do we do to change it? And sort of hoping we might get a little bit of a spark with regard to last week, but to dish out the last quarter, allow them kick 7 goals, and it was just catastrophic in nature.
Do you give them a rip after that, or is that something you just put away from until you come back into?
Oh, look, the rip's the easy thing. Any coach can sit there and yell and scream. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't overly polite, but it's understanding what you need to do and how you need to go. I like to think I'm relatively methodical with regard to that, so I've got a fair understanding of what we need to improve. But to improve it, we've got to accept it, we've got to acknowledge it, and then we've got to move through it. We're not where we need to be. It's been a disappointing year. There's no question from my point of view. We've made some progress in some certain facets, but the fact of the matter is we wanted to be a winning organisation, and that's not going to happen this year now. Still got to make sure we finish off and win that last game on the NCG. We don't get to trouble there often, so we want to get there and want to play our best footy and make sure we bring a Suns type of footy game, because we certainly didn't see that today. Thanks.
Thank you.